Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining this quick training. My name is Shelly Lane and I'm going to walk through the itineraries with you quickly just to give you an overview. If you are working this event, I encourage you to familiarize yourself as much as you possibly can with the timing of everything, when you need to leave a house, what ramp you're parking at, and what the clients need to wear and even where they're expected to be. So we're going to start with the rehearsal. You can see that we need you parking in the Hilton ramp at 150, and we need you on second floor, and we will have people strategically placed to guide you so you're not wandering around the event looking for the room. But the rooms are called the Marquette room, and we're going to have women in one room and men in the other, and the rooms will be marked. As you can see, we have a map here that we've included on the itinerary. So if you cannot find staff, you will know second floor, the rooms will be there. Just follow the map. I want to point out that during rehearsal, you are parking at the Hilton ramp, and actually during the live event, you'll be at the Leamington parking lot. Once you get there and the clients are settled in the room, come and find me and I will give you parking passes for whatever ramp or lot you happen to be at. So if you're at the Hilton one during rehearsal, I will give you that parking pass. If you are at the live event and you're at Leamington, I will give you those. So you can see that the itinerary is very specific. So the first thing that we're going to do is get everyone settled into their room, and then we're going to start calling them up by house. And you don't need to worry about this. The line leaders that are staff and volunteers, they will be taking care of this. But what we need you to do is just make sure that everybody stays in their room, that everybody is aware of the timing, and that you can just kind of help us lead and direct. So you can see that we have sound check, and then we leave around 5. They're going to go home, back to the houses, and have dinner. Dinner has been communicated to the kitchen, so there will be enough for everybody because we have Rochester coming to join us. But I want you to be aware that there are going to be a group of about 45 men and women that are going to be staying behind. That group has a separate itinerary. It's called the Soloists, but we have 2 recovery coaches, Becky and Andrew, that are in charge of the Soloists. So you don't need to worry about that. Just be aware that this group will be staying behind. When they come for the rehearsal, please make sure that they are dressed casually. We don't want them to have backpacks. It's not time for them to do homework or bring a book or anything. They need to just come casually with as few items, personal items, as possible. When we get to the live event, we need everybody to meet in these rooms by 6:50. At this point, they're not going to be men and women in each room. It's going to be mixed because we are going to be lining them up. So again, familiarize yourself with where you're going to be parking. This at the live event is the Leamington parking lot. They need to be dressed for the gala. So that is their black pants, their black shirt, black shoes, and socks. Make sure that their shirts are pressed and there isn't any spots on them. So you can see here where we are on a tight schedule. It says like 6:50 to 6:53. So things that evening are going to be moving quickly. And so we need you to help us keep everybody listening in the rooms and then moving when they're supposed to move. Once the event is done, that'll be around 8:16 if everything goes according to plan. The clients will exit the ballroom. The soloists will stay upstairs. They know who they are. And they have, again, the 2 recovery coaches, but the rest of the clients will go back down to the Marquette room where they will hand in their scarves and their ties. You can take attendance at that time, and then we are projecting that about 8:30 the clients can depart for home. and then you are all done. And if you are Andrew or Becky, your itinerary looks a little different. The clients will come casual, but they will bring their outfit for that night. They're not going to have a ton of downtime, so I don't think it's necessary for them to bring homework or a book or anything extra. So we're going to try to keep their personal belongings to a minimum, but just make sure that the ladies have their makeup, stuff to do their hair, and the men that they have their shirt, socks, shoes, all of that needs to be brought to the venue. I also encourage them to bring a hanger. So if you can relay that to them, that would be great, because we are going to have a place for them to hang up their clothing. So the soloists will be fed. They will be leaving the Hilton around 5 p.m. You guys are going to walk to the Best Western, and they're going to have a buffet dinner at the Normandy Inn and Suites. So all of this is going to be walking. The weather does look like it's going to be nice, so we shouldn't have any issues. But once we are back, the soloists go on at the same time that the choir does. They also exit at the same time, but then they stay up on the 3rd floor where the ballroom is and enter again at a later time. So your responsibility is to make sure that you have all of their meds and that you are familiar with your itinerary and the timelines. So everyone that's going to be working, we ask that you print off the appropriate itinerary so you have a copy of it. I will have the parking passes. Remember that during the rehearsal, you're going to be parking at Hilton, and during the live event, you're going to be parking at the Leamington ramp. All itineraries will have this information on them. That's why it's critical that you read through them and have them with you. If you've got questions about meds or mustard or attendance or anything like that, we ask that you direct those to your supervisor. So please watch the time, watch what the client should be wearing, and help us just to keep everything flowing smoothly. So we deeply appreciate you, and we couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't want to do it without you. So see you Friday.